there's an extra countdown whenever we start it.
What do you mean?
That before we start recording, there's a countdown. So we say, "All right, ready?" You go, "Here we go," and then there's another countdown.
Oh, yeah. I went in, here we go. 5, 4, 3,
10, 9,
9,
8.
8. How are you, Alex?
I'm doing good. I'm doing grand. I'm a grand old flag, high flying flag.
Oh, you're a high flying adored?
Yeah, who's the song that they sing when you're a kid? Oh no, you're from Mexico, so it's different. You don't have those.
I start singing a song in Spanish. Cuando voy a la
Yeah.
escuela.
You don't have those American exceptionalism songs.
You don't sing in Mexico, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true. I'm doing good. Just got back from watching the studio feature film that we're about to discuss on this.
Ooh, you watched it this morning. I watched it last night. Or
so
yesterday.
It's fresh in my mind. I only go on like right before. It seems like I want it to have the freshest ideas bubbling in my head, but it's really because it's cheaper on Tuesdays. It's $5 instead of whatever 17 movies these days. Am I right? You can't leave without spending $100 on popcorn.
It's just such a hassle. That's why I have my AMC ticket stuff thing.
My AMC A-list, my Regal Crown.
I mean, honestly, with this podcast, it's freaking worth it.
Yeah. It's worth it in general.
Yeah. If you don't know, we're not sponsored by AMC. Not yet. AMC, come here. Come to us.
My dreams are made if they just cover the pass. Like, just give me $20 a month to go do this. I don't need anything past that. Just give me $20 for this pass.
I need that. I need more money. So give me whatever he doesn't want. Give it to me. I'll take
give the rest to Sal.
If you go to the AMC thing, you pay like what $22, and then you get to see 3 movies a week. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter like if it's new, if it's old, if it's IMAX, if it's Dolby. Anything you can?
Do they have like the moving seat things at AMC?
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
You
don't need it. You don't want it. Yeah.
Are they even still a thing? Like I remember when they first came up with an idea, like in like 2008 or whatever, and then I never heard from them again. The seats.
They called you once and they said, "Sal, please come watch," and then they never called me back.
Yeah, I was like, no, sorry, I have school, and they got offended and they just never called me back.
They went, "Excuse me,
sir, you don't want a seat on my face today?"
Sir. Even if it was free or included with the wonderful AMC Stubbs A-list or Regal Crown Unlimited card, I wouldn't see a movie in. They call it 4DX at Regal, I think, and D-Box. I don't know, wherever, you know what I'm talking about. But for me, it just ruins movies.
Dizzy. Yeah,
it's horrible. I saw like 2 movies, and you're getting you're getting thrown around, and
wow, yeah, the popcorn is just.
Yeah, and then it's got like spray, so you're getting like spit on, and then like they also have smell, so it's like characters fart in the movie, and it's farting in your face, and it's spitting on you, and then there's like fans like blowing your hair. It seems like it's a good idea, but it's miserable. I hurt my back watching Black Panther when it came out, and I was like, this is the like. Best intentioned horrible technology ever.
Yeah. Like it would be fun in like Universal or like Disney for like a 10-minute, thing.
Yeah.
But not for a fucking 2-hour feature.
Yeah.
Where you're eating
Shrek 4D. Great.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Shrek they have 3D? the They got little rat tails that like whip your legs.
Oh,
You got like the
yeah.
butt, like they stab you in the butt. They got like little wasp ring. And this
Yeah.
isn't a bit. This isn't a run-on bit. This is real. This is 100% real. I don't know if you have that in your theaters, but
You're
it's
sore the next day. They're like, "Why are you sore? Did you go to the gym?" No, I saw Black Panther.
yeah.
Eh,
Wakanda forever.
Shit, forever hurt my back.
Um,
Welcome to the show, everybody.
welcome, Mijos
Mijos and me hats.
and
We might
Mihettes.
have a couple of more viewers because of Kill Tony.
That'd be cool. Tell us a little bit about Kill Tony, Sal. We kind of talked about it last week.
Yeah, the episode came out yesterday. I did get a couple people like started following me through Instagram because of it. They got some follows, which was great. I made the mistake of reading the comments. Some of them were great. Some of them were great. You're like, oh, that's cool. Some of them are just like, oh, that guy is definitely gay. It's like I've never seen anybody get more offended and like defensive when being called gay. And I was like,
Or
I don't.
those kind of insults are so like easy. You're like, and then there's the random ones that you'll see online, like this guy's is a fuck, and you're like, what does that mean?
I don't. Why am I offended by that?
Yeah.
No. It was good. I got some follows, which is great. I'm hoping to go up again, hopefully soon. It looks more difficult now because there's more people going to it because it's the Joe Rogan Club one. So we get to wait in an alley behind the club.
Mm-hmm.
All 200 of us, and hopefully get called.
Jesus Christ, 200 people.
Well, they just can't. They can't fit people in there. Like it's not their fault. It's not like they want us to be out there, But it's all the shows. Every single Kill Tony for 6 months is sold out. Wow. So you can't get tickets for any Kill Tony in 6 months.
Do audiences like it? I mean, I know I like watching it, but like, is it popular with mainstream, normal audiences? Like
it's sold out
your
every
uncles
time.
and
it's packed.
That's crazy. That's cool though.
Well, they also you don't know who the guest is until you're there. So that's also like the cool thing of like being surprised. I don't know if I can say who it was. I was there, but I didn't sign a non-disclosure, so I'll say it.
Yeah, I think you can say it.
On Sunday we had Dave Chappelle show up. And then on Monday we had Ron White. So it's people are just excited to just go and see who the guest is. So that's cool. But we have to wait in the alley. Like there's an alley literally right behind it, and it's a whole thing because you get there I get there like at 4:30, 4:45, because they also have the open mic happening at the same time. So they have the open mic happening at the same time in the little boy room. That's what it's called.
Oh, why?
Yeah, the bomb. It's like a little bomb or whatever. I think something to do with something like that.
What?
It's a war thing. It's like a war thing. I don't know.
Boy, like Fat Boy, like Fallout, Fat Man.
Kind of, but it's the main room is called the Fat Man.
Okay, yeah. So those are
and
like
so it's like a buy exactly.
Okay.
So the smaller room is they have the open mic happening at the same time as Kill Tony. Mm-hmm. So there's literally nowhere for the comics to be. There's 200 of us. So we have to be outside in the alley, which is fine. We all bring chairs. We all sit down. We all talk. I like it better because we don't have to listen to the cringy ass shit that's happening inside or whatever and get in our heads. So if you get called, you literally just go from outside of the alley, like literally right into the stage. And so that's it.
That's so quirky.
You're so quirky. That's so Raven.
Oh, come on. That's so Raven.
That is so Raven. Just.
They
that's
played...
our show from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fourth episode was just fucking weird. It was just them moaning the whole time. Yeah. What are you saying?
They played the trailer for Dave before the movie today.
For the new season?
Yeah, it was cool.
I didn't see it.
I don't. It might be like a Regal thing, maybe because it was a Hulu.
Hulu.
They had a Hulu commercial and they had a Dave commercial, but I was in it for the trailer for half a second, so that's cool.
Yeah,
on a movie theater screen.
You were in the last episode of the season?
No, 5. Halfway through April 26th, I think.
Nice. Hell yeah. So April 26th, your boy Alex is going to be on the hit television show Dave in Hulu.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
April 5th is the premiere date, and they're doing, I think, the first 2 episodes that day. And Mark Sipka is in 2 episodes as well. I don't know. I don't want to announce this for him. I shouldn't have said that, but it's a cool thing. Sipka is going to be popping up in the show as well. Sipka is one of our friends. He's very funny.
Nice.
He's a really good dude.
Yeah. Is he going to be selling car insurance?
What the fuck are you talking? I'm just kidding. Mark Sipka, if you don't know him and you're watching this, he's been on several State Farm commercials lately. He's the guy with the mustache and the curly mullet. So I don't know if they're continuing. I haven't asked about that, but he's done a couple at this point. So
yeah, good for him. I didn't know he was in Dave. Good for him.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
Yeah.
He's been doing random things.
And he's definitely a character actor. Like, I think he's gonna have a career in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Oh yeah.
He's one of those people where it's like it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Like, just the right opportunity needs to come up. There's a lot of people like that. Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time, Alex. It's just a matter of time.
But sometimes your time doesn't come.
Sometimes it just never does.
Sometimes you just don't get lucky. And that's not your fault.
Sometimes you just end up working a Kirby Lane for the rest of your life.
You were good enough. You were good.
But the
sometimes
just never came.
God says, I don't give a fuck about you.
We'll
see.
This is a weird turn of events.
Yeah.
What other trailers did you see?
That Jordan one about the Jordans.
Oh yeah,
that looks cool.
That looks interesting. Yeah, I'll see it.
Looks like a fun little watch. I don't even remember. There was.
It was yesterday.
Oh, my cat's trying to get in the show.
Ooh.
What the hell else did they show?
There was, I think, the new Spider-Man, but I didn't get to see it because I showed up a little late.
They did show that. It looks cool. Like, it's great. The first one was really cool. I'm gonna go watch that at some point. Yeah. I normally like the trailers a lot more. It's fun, but this time they showed a new DreamWorks one that I was a little like.
Oh, the Kraken one.
Yeah.
The cracker.
The cracker.
The cracker. The Kraken and the mermaid one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little like, okay.
Yeah,
sometimes for every Puss in Boots, Last Wish, and Into the Spider-Verse, you got to have those like corporate set, like very basic empowerment, like
they're gonna sell because all the kids are gonna go watch it. They're gonna make their money back. It's gonna be a done deal.
I don't blame anybody who makes it because you gotta get paid, make that money. But
it's also it's really funny because people that make the movie, it's still like it requires so much talent and so much patience and so much dedication to make those movies. So Alex, I would watch your mouth.
Yeah, right, Alex. Fucking don't say that. I just it's so weird how hollow and soulless you can have like these wonderful, crazy, interesting ideas, and then you can also have these soulless sort of like the machine at the top said, "Oh, we need to make X amount of money, so make this kind of movie," and then they fart it out, and
Yeah,
then a lot of people get paid though. A lot of people make money on it, creates jobs. Uh,
yeah.
so I don't. If you have A list, just go watch movies. Who cares? A list, you can watch anything you want for free.
AMC, please sponsor us, please. I beg of
Yeah,
you. um, Alex, my boy, my baby boy,
yeah.
we saw Shazam.
Shazam.
Shazam, but not the first one. The Fury of the Gods, I believe it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you did your
Uh,
research.
thank you, thank you. Directed by David F. Sandberg, one of my
Mhm.
favorite directors. Um, he directed the short Lights Out that blew up. Blew up.
Oh.
Uh, yeah, and because it did so well, they let him. His first directorial debut is he did a feature of Lights Out. But the reason why I love him is because if you go to his YouTube channel, I I wanna find it because
I'll stall
it's
for
something
you.
Pony Smasher, I think it's called.
Pony Smasher. Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, Pony Smasher. Hell yeah. If you go to Pony Smasher, he has so many other shorts that he makes with his wife. And they're all great. They're all very well made. It's all him and his wife. That's it. And he also when he got Lights Out, and he also directed Annabelle Creations,
Mm-hmm.
which, like I told you, it's the best Annabelle, and it scared the living shit out of me in the
Besides
movie
the
theaters.
Conjuring 1 and 2, that's like the only other one
Hmm.
in that series worth watching.
Yeah. Well, the thing that he does very well is like he's very good at creating suspense and creating like this, like, you don't know what's about to happen. He has also really cool original monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not like A24, which is like slow horror. This is like just he knows how to build suspense, how to create that like atmosphere of horror
It's kind of
and
like a new
really build
James
you in.
Wan.
Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And his jump scares are actually really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
He does have jump scares, but he, in my opinion, he does them really well.
Yeah.
But so he directed Lights Out. Then he got Annabelle Creations, and throughout in his YouTube channel, he released a bunch of like behind the scenes, and he talked about what he learned in his process of becoming a big Hollywood director and all the stuff. So I thought that was really cool. I keep
Yeah.
moving my hands up here and like
Oh.
getting on the camera's getting off focus.
Yeah, he
But
seems really cool. You can learn a lot from him. He's not like withholding any secrets. He makes it very
yeah,
clear this is how you make a movie.
and he made it. All the cool thing about him, he was just like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like I
Mm-hmm.
went into that set being like, I have no clue what I'm
Yeah.
about to do. And in fact, for Lights Out, there was a part where the wall was kind of weird or whatever. Oh, he needed to add like some writing, something like that, and he actually did it himself. He like added this like because usually in a movie you just send it to production, I'm guessing, and then they just somebody in visual effects puts it in. He decided to just do it himself and just send it in. It was really cool. But anyways, so after he got Annabelle Creations and after he got no, after he got Lights Out and Annabelle Creations, he got the first Shazam, which I personally really liked. And at the time, I thought it was probably top three of the DC movies, but it came out almost at the same time as the Avengers.
The first
Endgame, I think.
Avengers? Oh.
No, I think Endgame's Endgame. So it didn't sell well because it got just stampede over
Yeah.
the
And
Avengers.
this one's kind of getting that too, but it's not cuz anything's out. I think it's just a weird time for superhero movies. Um
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of tired of superhero movies. Uh, and because the other thing as well is like a lot of people didn't see the first one. because of what I said. So people didn't want
So
to. I
stop
guess didn't
asking.
go see this. Yeah, stop asking. So I guess people are not seeing the second one because of the same reason. I don't know, but I love the director.
Mm-hmm.
I like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go the spoiler free um, review. It's for me. It's. I'll just make it. It's so the story is about the same kids who the ancient gods, the three sisters. What are their names? Here we go.
Uh,
I gotta get my phone out. I can't.
Hercules. It's Hercules, Sandra, and
Sandra and Jemima and Jemima.
and Jemima.
Um, God, I really have to get better at this.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, is it Amphia,
Here's the thing
uh,
about the names of these characters: nobody's gonna fucking
Calypso?
remember.
Okay, the three sisters. Let's just
The
put it
three
this way.
sisters. Yes.
Here, there's the young sister, there's the middle-aged sister, and there's the old sister.
Yes.
Let's just leave it at that.
I don't know anybody's name except for Billy and
Shazam.
Freddy and Shazam. Guy name of Shazam.
And Lucy Liu is still hot. That's all I know.
Lucille Liu is in it. Helen Mirren is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Dylan Grazer. Is that his name? It's one of those three. I think that's right.
Yeah. It is.
He's the man. That kid. I saw him in It, and I was like, man, this kid's gonna blow up. He's so good. He's so funny. He's so interesting. He just always makes the right choice. There's nothing that he's doing that's bland or like, eh.
Yeah, and he has great comedic timing. So.
Oh my god, he's got those dramatic chops. That kid's great. Can't wait
and
to
with
see
good
him in more stuff.
direction, he also does really well.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, as the three sisters find the staff of the gods because it has the power of his father,
Mm-hmm.
and so they try to get the power back so they can rebuild their world that got destroyed and stolen.
Mm-hmm. It's such a basic superhero, like don't expect any superhero these days. It even starts off with so there's so many superhero movies that start off with like a museum, like the bad guy breaking into a museum and stealing an artifact. That's how like down to the formula this one is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, what I told you, it doesn't take itself too serious.
Yeah.
Like this movie is not like, oh, I'm about to blow your mind. It's like I'm about to take you to a funny, fun, cool little ride.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just a cool story, funny characters, cool visual effects. It's like I said, it's not taking itself too seriously. It's just like this is just gonna be a fun movie. It has good character development. I like the villain character arc that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Harry Potter rooms.
Yeah, it's got Harry Potter rooms. Do you just want to jump it like spoiler zone?
Just before we do, just would you go see this movie?
Hum.
We can save all that till the end after we talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the movie. I think it's a good movie. Would you go to the movie theaters to see it?
Depends.
Exactly. Like if I had the pass or if I went to like a matinee, I would.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to pay $17 to go see it, I wouldn't. I would wait for it to come out on DVD, and then I love David F. Sandberg.
Yeah,
I think it's great. I think the movie is fun.
It sucks to say. Like I feel bad for if you pulled somebody out of a time machine from 2008 and they saw it, they go, "Wow, this is amazing. This is so good. It's funny. It's all these things."
Well, here's the thing: it's not a bad movie.
No,
it's not worth $17 to go see. This is gonna be a great movie night. Like with your girlfriend, you're like, "Oh, let's watch Shazam. Something fun, something." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's good. It just sucks. If like I said, if you pay like $5 to maybe $10, I would see it. Or if you have like a membership to a movie theater, then I would see it.
Mm-hmm.
But not for like $17 or $23, depending on
It
like the.
It's just unfortunately it's in a weird middle spot where like there's so many cool things coming out and there's so many things before it that it falls like solidly in the middle, and that's
Yeah.
just not worth spending money today. Like
Or if you're like, I just want to go see a fun movie. If I'm just like, I just want to go see a fun movie for a little bit. I've had a rough week. I just want to go see a fun movie and just laugh and just forget about life. Then yes, this movie's totally worth
I
it.
was gonna say that, like, if you're depressed and
Yeah.
you're like, man, I just want to not hate myself for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
like go.
Well,
It's
not
good.
that
It's
bad, but
genuinely
like,
good.
yeah. If you're looking for a fun movie,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, this is worth it. This will give you that satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If you don't listen to us, if you refuse to listen to us and you go, you know what, I want to go see it, and you do, you're gonna like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's got the sads. It's got the cries. The special effects actually looked really cool. Like I was like,
Yeah.
okay, man, these are good.
I like the mythological creatures and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. Spoiler zone. Okay.
Let's jump into the spoiler. Get in the zone. Spoiler zone.
Bim 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 bim. Spoiler zone.
All right. I drove like Uber Eats before this, and I'm like, my energy's like low today, but I'm trying to like kick it up.
Here, think of something really fun. What's something really fun?
You.
Oh, there you go. Where's your energy now?
Okay. So, we start.
Would like to play.
I want to say,
dun, 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 dun.
like 6 months to a year after the first one happens.
Uh-huh.
Did you watch the first one?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember a single thing from that movie.
Yeah.
It's also in a weird spot because they're starting over DC, aren't they? They're like starting this
You
whole.
told me they are.
Yeah, could they hire James Gunn?
Well, I watched the after credit scenes, two of them, and they seem.
Oh,
like
there's
they're
after
still gonna
credit
keep
scenes.
The character. Yeah.
Okay.
Two of them.
What were they? Just tell me, because I didn't watch.
We'll just save it till the end.
Okay. They are releasing more movies from this slate. They're releasing Flash and they're releasing Aquaman 2. Did that come out? Aquaman 2 didn't come out yet, right? I don't know. I don't watch DC movies.
It's gotten terrible reviews.
Aquaman 2? Did it come out?
Like, I don't know, but it's gotten like bad reviews.
It's like test audiences, right?
I don't know, but it's like 20. It's like 20% bad. Like,
okay,
yeah.
So they are releasing those, and then they're starting over.
Yeah.
Which
wait? I thought the Flash was part of the new DC universe. Really?
They haven't even started the new. That's like years away.
So they're gonna hire everybody again. Like they're gonna rehire Batman, Superman.
We don't know.
Wonder Woman. All that stuff. Okay.
They haven't said.
Anyways, back to this film. So they started with two of the goddesses going into a museum. You don't see the third one. You don't know there's a third one. But spoiler alert, there's a third one.
If you have half a brain, you'll figure it out.
Of course. It's Lucy Liu and
I don't have
Helen Mirren.
Uh-huh.
And so they go in, they steal the staff from the first movie and they want to put it back together. They capture the wizard so they can put the staff together so they can get their what?
It just sounds like you're describing a dream.
Oh.
And then they found the wizard. There's a guy at the beginning. He's one of those character actors who's in everything, and I want to give him a shout out because he's always fun to watch.
The guy at the museum?
Yeah, the night at the museum guy. What the hell What was his name? Excuse me for being so unprepared.
I almost said Sinbad.
It's not Sinbad.
He was in the movie.
Sinbad was in the movie?
Yeah, apparently.
No, he
It
wasn't.
says Sinbad. It's on my phone.
Sinbad is in the movie?
Yeah. What? Wait.
Oh, here we go. Rizwan Manji.
Okay.
He's in everything, and he always is great. And he is really funny in this, so kept that trend going. Am I right?
And then so they go into this the museum. They get the staff. If you remember from the last movie, what is Shazam? The kid name?
Billy
What is actual kid's name?
Porter.
Asher Angel.
Oh.
Or Billy. It's Billy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Billy. He gave his powers to his siblings, so they're it's a whole thing where like they're setting it up as like they're trying to be like heroes and they're trying to save people, but the whole city's rejecting them. The whole city's like, oh, the chaotic five or whatever. Like they're always messing things up, and so they're trying to be heroes, but the whole city's being like, hey, stop helping us, you ruin everything. And so it's like this whole thing of like, especially Billy trying to be like, I need you guys because without you guys I'm nothing. Like I wasn't supposed to be chosen. Your typical like what is it called?
Family.
Like imposter syndrome. Right? That's like affecting him, right? And so
let me ask you a question.
Please, let me give you an answer.
What do you think of Zach Levi?
The guy who plays Shazam?
Yeah.
I like him.
But
I think he played this character too young. Like in the first one it made sense. Because he was a kid, like an actual kid. He's 17 years old now. And whenever Asher Angel, like Billy is Billy, he acts like a 17-year, like an 17, 18-year-old trying to like, a little more mature actually. But whenever he's Shazam, he's like a kid again, like a little kid.
Yeah.
So I just wish he would have played him a little more mature.
I'm wondering if that was like his call and the director just didn't want to say anything because is
that what you were looking for?
I kind of figured you were gonna go there. I think a lot of people are gonna have a problem with that. It was like until the end, it was insufferable for me. I was like, this is not. All the other superheroes, and some of them are a lot younger than him, are being so chill when they're superheroes. I'm finding this like wide-eyed like kid like, what the heck? Can't do that. That was killing me when I was like, I just didn't want him to talk. I'm sorry, Zach Levi. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but it was a weird choice to make him act so young, like you're saying. It was frustrating. Anywho,
and so the beginning of the movie is like, so the sisters have the wizard hidden, like they need him to put the staff back together. So the power of the sister is the older one, played by Helen Mirren. What can she do? She throws lasers, I guess.
She's got powers, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's something that's unclear throughout the movie, is what people's powers are.
Yes.
They say what the kids' powers are, but I was having trouble. Like, why can't you just like beat the shit out of these old ladies? Like, what?
Yeah.
You literally told me all your powers, and you're not using any of them in a fight. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, because also like you're supposed to get like the intelligence of this person and the strength of this, and like I'm like, nobody has like one. It's also Shazam has all of them, I guess, but yeah, the power is a little confusing. Lucy Liu Calypso, her power was like she would whisper in your ear, and then you would have to do whatever she whispered.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to this, but when he did that to Jack Dylan Grazer, uh, to
My boy can
Freddy,
fight back.
yeah, but they never explained why.
Because the power is you, Sal. Don't you remember? You are the power. You don't need Shazam.
You are the children.
You are the children. And then at the end, whenever they started like the big climactic fight, going back to powers, they like now Zach Levi is able to like fight the like the whole time. They're getting knocked around, and then at the end, he like sucker punches the. I'm like, why wasn't this happening the whole time? Right. Why were you so afraid to fist fight with these guys?
I think he was afraid to fail. Well, he does say that like he felt like he couldn't do it alone. He was like, I think it was like a mental thing. It was like if he didn't have his siblings, like he felt like he was a loser, he couldn't do it. And then like I think later on talking to his family and telling them who he was and all that stuff, they were like, "You can do it," and he goes, "I can do it."
Well, there's that scene where they are with him, and they fall into the. I mean, we're like. It doesn't make sense to dissect it like this because obviously it's a story and they're trying to establish things, but there's no reason why they couldn't. Whenever they fight Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu for the first time, when they're in that, or it's like when they're at the Phillies, the cheesesteak restaurant.
Yeah,
like the writer just wrote so that she ties up the family, like it's very basic cable wiring, and they can't break out of it for some reason. And then they're not like if there's 3 of them, they should be rocking this lady, and they're not. I don't know why.
Well, she's supposed to be like really powerful, I guess.
She wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, so they're basically trying. So there's the girl Rachel Segler who plays Anthea or Anne, the one that falls in love with Jack Dylan Grazer.
Mm-hmm.
In the school, and then but you don't know that she's part of the bad guys yet. And then
she had cool powers.
She had cool powers.
She had them Doctor Strange powers.
Doctor Strange powers, hell yeah.
Yeah. She's shooting diarrhea out of her hands.
Oh, this is one of the things that pissed me off the most from the movie.
Tell me.
I am fucking tired. Like, fucking tired.
Don't fall asleep.
Of movies doing the whole bullies. Like, nobody gets bullied like that. Nobody. I'm tired of every single fucking school. Like, every time they have a movie and there's a school, the bullies are, they almost they punch the cripple, and nobody does anything.
Yeah.
And the teacher just goes, "Hey guys, stop it."
Come on, you freaking bullies.
Like, they literally were gonna put this cripple in a trash can. I'm like, I went to high school for 4 years. Huh?
Nothing.
I mean, just like he was crippled, but I'm just trying to say, like, this kid has like he has something. And then these kids are just gonna beat him up. Like, nobody does that.
Like, or if you're gonna do that, you got to give us the satisfaction of like something. You have to give me, like, if you're gonna pull that, you got to give me him Shazamming and then like melting their brains.
But also, like, nobody gets bullied like that.
Yeah.
Nobody has gotten bullied like that since like the 50s. Like,
yeah.
But Hollywood still fucking does that shit. Mm-hmm. Like in the scene where they punch him, I wanted to have at least one student be like, "Hey, don't do that, man. That's not cool."
Yeah, kids now are so much smarter than that. They're so vocal, like, dude, "Hey, that's not okay."
If it happens at any high school right now, they're gonna jump those guys. Like,
yeah.
So that's something that bothered me. That whole bully scene. So, anyways, and then, okay. What is she doing in the high school? Because she didn't know that he was Shazam. Is she there because she heard about that somebody knew the superpower people, and so she pretended to be?
I think that's the
in the
implication,
school.
that she's like, oh, somebody here knows about that.
Okay.
So it makes
Okay.
sense,
Well,
kind of like for the
yeah.
sake of this.
Yeah.
There's a
Uh,
lot of that. There's a lot of like, just suspend your fucking disbelief and watch this goddamn movie, you dumbass. Like, I felt like, okay, I'll just, yeah, okay.
but I did like that a lot of the times that you were like, what the fuck? They will call it out and make fun of it.
Yeah,
Like there's a couple of
there's some
times when
good
something
parts.
happened, they were like, what? And then they were like, why do you do that?
Yeah,
Just don't do that.
yeah.
um, and so you get to the, so you later find out that the two sisters. So okay, let's talk about sorry, the Harry Potter fucking world that they fucking live in.
They got Harry Potter World. That was fun.
Yeah,
I
that was
like
cool.
that.
So yeah, so um, they have the doors, all the doors and stuff like that. And they're finding out whether the doors are the doors
Sorry,
are like huh? What?
nothing.
I'm having a stroke.
Hmm.
Um, I like that world, the little Harry Potter world thing, where they
Hmm.
have like all the doors, like the Monsters Inc. doors, so they go
Hmm.
into different universes or parts of the world or whatever. And
Hmm.
then they have the library. I like the pen. The pen was a cool character.
Hmm. It
Uh,
it gave me like, it gave me some strong Spider-Man 2 vibes. Like towards I was like, okay, we got some like very early mid 2000s uh type superhero movie and scenes, which I liked. Um so stuff like that, or like the characters being established and who they are and then moving into the next phase in Shazam 2. I liked a lot of that kind of stuff. I like the fun. The characters are settled into themselves, and then they can just play from there. Um, did you get any of that from it? Like Spider-Man 2E, like Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2, not any of the other Spider-Man 2s we've had.
no, when I watched the movie, I didn't like think of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think like the whole time I was watching it, it's like for me, it was like I'm having fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good movie. Didn't need to be made.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of what's going through my head. I'm like this. It doesn't matter what kind of like Wakanda,
Wakanda.
what kind of, like what kind of like story you gave me with this character. I'm like, hey, look, this is fun and all, but this character, I don't see it becoming something.
Well,
You know,
that's what I
it's a
mean. That like Spider-Man 2, like mid 2000s, 2004, 2005. I'm like, if this movie came out then, everyone would remember it, and we would go, "Oh wow, that's cool. That was yeah, I love Shazam. I love Shazam too." But in this day and age, I think audiences are a lot smarter, and not that it's bad, but those kind of movies, especially superhero, they don't hit anymore. You got to have
you know
something
what I think.
different.
Yeah, I think because like even in those days, like superhero movies were still fun and goofy and like had all this fun stuff. Like right now with the whole Marvel thing, whatever. Even if they're goofy, they're still very like there's a lot of character developments. There's like really well known or really cool characters with like different catches and shit like that. Like the actors that they hire are like super big actors and like they have this really intrigued, really difficult stories that you really have to follow through that you like if you really want to understand it, you also have to see the shit. So you have all this complicated shit where Shazam is just like this is funny, right?
Yeah. You want to see a
This
fight?
Hey, you want to see a bunch of unicorns
Yeah.
fight a fucking cyclops?
You want a
Here we go.
Skittles commercial?
You want one of the characters to be a pen, a magical pen? Yeah, the Skittles one's really funny.
There's an actual Skittles
Uh,
commercial in the middle of this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
they will probably cut, if they haven't already, cut 30 seconds to be a Skittles commercial.
yeah. It's so this world, this Harry Potter world, I think is cool. Um, I I still don't quite understand what was the point of the three sisters. So they wanted the power back from his father, which was Atlas, right? That was Atlas.
They wanted to punish humans.
Yeah, but humans didn't do anything, did they? That's what I didn't understand.
I don't. I was just like, okay,
Because
you
the
don't.
staff that he had, the wizards and everything, that's what took away the power. So that was maybe I just didn't understand. Because
I
I was
think they
like, what?
wiped out all the power in their world, and they were kind of mixing Greek mythology and like Idrisil and like the world tree. Is there a world tree in Greek mythology? You
I
got
don't know,
me,
but the
brother.
so the tree was supposed to be. Well, that was the other thing. So the whole Three Sisters storyline is like they're trying to get the power to bring it back to their world so they can create the world again. Plant the tree becomes this beautiful thing and gives the world life again, and
Mm-hmm.
so they can start their world again.
Mm-hmm.
But then Lucy Liu is like, no, fuck you, girls. We should create the world here and destroy their planet. And then they were like, no, we that's not what we agreed on. And so they fight each other, and then Lucy Liu wins and plants the tree on Earth.
Uh huh.
And then, sorry, I'm just so the plants the tree on Earth, and then because it's not where it's supposed to be, it creates a bunch of mythological creatures.
It's
Like,
not that it's not where it's supposed to be. It's that she planted it, and because I was thinking the same thing. Like, wouldn't planting
no,
Idrisil be?
they
No,
said that it wasn't meant to.
they say that she planted it with like basically a corrupt heart, so that's why it became an evil tree. She planted it with bad intention, so it created an evil version of it.
And then it brings out this mythological creatures. Uh,
Greek mythological creatures.
yes, and the wizard kind of like at the beginning of the movie is like, "Oh, I don't like you kids. I made the wrong choice." But then he switches it and is like, "No, I think I made the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
I am made the right choice." So I like the wizard character. Uh, Again, when he's in a prison cell with your boy,
Dude, he's
that's a
so
pretty funny
funny.
scene. Yeah, he's
All
really
their
funny.
banter was great.
Yeah, in fact, if you go see the movie just because of them, I think it'll be worth it.
I think it's interesting that we're talking about, and when you're so you got to know when you are watching this movie, you are going along with it. You're like, oh, okay, that makes it like that's enough information. That's enough of a development so that we can move on to the next act of this movie and get through it. And now that we're dissecting it, you go back and you go, none of this fucking made sense or mattered. I don't understand why this is happening.
But if you go into the movie being like, I'm just gonna let it happen, it's fun. You just kind of like, cool. Now they're gonna fight a fucking dragon. That's kind of cool.
Cool. That's fun.
They have an army of unicorns, evil unicorns. Fuck yeah, I'll watch that. I'll watch.
All the kids are great.
Really made it. Yeah,
they're
the
fun.
Kids are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I think David F. Sandberg saved the movie. Like his direction of it was still really fun. Just a little Easter eggs at the very beginning. I don't know if you caught it.
I did.
But when he goes the very first one, when he's talking to the pediatrician, you see Annabelle as one of the dolls.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his wife in the beginning.
Yeah, his wife. But in the very, very beginning, where Shazam is talking to the pediatrician,
right?
There's a really quick shot of like he goes like, I'm a pediatrician, and he points, and you see like a bunch of little kids things. You can see Annabelle sitting there.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then you see his wife when the car is falling down. That's his wife.
That's the scene that made me. That's what made me think that it was Spider-Man 2. That whole sequence felt very Spider-Man 2-y to me.
And they even did a whole like funny bit where he's trying to like carry the two
Yeah.
cards, and he goes, "Just kidding. This is really easy." This
Yeah.
is, which is funny. You also see David Assange, the director, get picked up by like a gargoyle and get pulled
Really?
like, yeah. So I think that was funny. Like I said, but as much
Oh,
as we're dissecting the scene, what?
there was one part that made it wasn't a joke. It just made me laugh in the theater. Oh, also there's a little kid beatboxing behind me the whole time. It didn't make me mad. So I hate audiences. Audiences, they're so miserable to watch movies with, but sometimes they're really fun. Like watching John Wick with like a bunch of polite people is great. But there's just a kid beatboxing. Like his parents didn't do anything. So I was like watching like the heavy scene with Jack Dylan Grazer and Shazam is dead, and I'm just saying. What the fuck is happening? How are these parents not? I'm sure they're just so done with him. Like, do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. What I was gonna say was I laughed really hard whenever the tree root comes out and that lady's like scooting back. And she goes, ah, ah, and then her shoe falls off whenever
What?
her shoe flies off, and it's like she stands up and one shoe's off. It always makes me laugh when people's shoes fall off. like in real
Out of
life,
all the jokes in this movie, that's the one that got you.
it wasn't even a joke. I just like noticed it. There's something so vulnerable about people's shoes falling off or getting knocked off their feet. Like, have you ever seen a video of a guy who like they get slammed by a car or something, but they're safe. Like they get up and like the comments are like, "Oh, he survived. Don't worry." Like, and their shoes will fly off or something. That always makes me laugh. So her shoe
The one
fell
that makes
off.
me laugh is the street fights, like the real fights when somebody gets punched and their shoes go flying off.
Yeah. I don't know why that always gets me, but that made me laugh this time, and then that made me think of a little kid beatboxing behind my head.
Did that part of you want to turn around and be like, "Hey, can you not?"
I was in popcorn bliss with this movie, and I was like, there's nothing this movie's gonna do that's gonna surprise me, so I don't really care, and I'm finding this really funny. Like it's so absurd that you can't be mad at that. You just have to go, these are the cards I got dealt today.
Yeah,
that's a crazy card.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
that's so funny. And then the ending happens where so the whole movie he's been had a crush on Wonder Woman. That scene when he's dreaming and Wonder Woman turns around and it's the witch's face on the woman. That was funny.
That was great. That was a good joke.
Funny. Yeah. That was really funny. There's some really good jokes in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really funny bits. And like I said, the actors, like the kids, are really funny. But at the end, he has to sacrifice himself to save the world. And so so he talks to because the middle sister like stabs with a dragon the older sister, so she's about to die, and Shazam is like, "Hey, before you die, I need you to help me save my world." And she's like, "Okay."
No, that's
so the bubble comes smaller because he has to overload the staff. But if he overloads the staff, it's gonna explode.
Mm-hmm.
And it could kill everybody, so they have to like shorten the sphere that they got put on. And then he does this whole fight with the dragon, and of course, he's kicking the dragon's ass, and then the staff, and then everything explodes, and the bad guys die, the good guy dies. They find him, and there's even like, I like how they did it, like, this is the part where you're supposed to wake up. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't wake up. So I was like, all right, this is cool. They're actually gonna kill him. And I was thinking, oh, they're gonna kill him off. Like that's how the
cool.
end of the movie ends. And then they start with a new DC thing, like you had told me. But but then they were like, no, the only way to get power back on the staff is with a god. And then Wonder Woman shows up,
And
and you're like,
I felt like, oh, this is weird. This is like a sketch, like an SNL sketch.
yeah,
And then I remembered, oh yeah, these movies are fucking connected. She appeared, and I
yeah,
thought, that's so fucking funny. Wait a minute, that's not supposed to be funny. Like,
yeah. And then she grabs the staff and she gives it power. And then okay, and then they brought Shazam back to life and the tree and everything. Uh, and then they have their house back. I don't.
I guess it's
So
implied that they're building it together as a family.
right, but they said they could. They made it seem like they could barely afford the house, everybody, but they managed to pay it off. And then the house gets destroyed, and then all of a sudden they're remaking the house.
Yeah, they didn't.
Right?
They never explained it, but
Yeah.
I didn't care at that point.
Yeah. But I like the ending scene wherever like everybody's happy and all this stuff, and they give the kids their powers back again. And then the wizard comes back,
Yeah,
but he's all clean shaven and shit.
ending movies is hard.
The after credit scenes. One was the first one was these two scouts are looking for Shazam and they find him. And this is what I'm guessing they might keep him for the new DC movies because they wanna. So he goes like, I want you to join the Justice, and he goes, yeah, I'll do it. And he goes like Society, and he's like, what? It's like, you mean the Justice League? It's like, nope, the Justice Society. So I think they're gonna do a Justice Society movie. It's a thing. So that's the first one. It's them like recruiting them for that, and then at the very end they do one with the villain. It's the villain from the first movie has been in prison for like 4 years or so.
Yeah,
and there's a caterpillar that can speak. I guess it's one. I guess if you know the DC universe, you know this. He's a villain of some kind of sorts or whatever. But he's like, oh, what took you so long? Finally, we're gonna do this. And he goes, and the caterpillar goes, yeah, I just got to do some stuff first. And then she leaves, and he's like, wait, where are you going? I've been waiting for you. And then he leaves. So
it sounds like you're describing a nightmare. I don't know anything about DC or caterpillars, but I believe you. The bad guy, Mark Strong from the first one?
This is the Justice Society.
Okay, and Shazam is a part of that? Wait, was that Captain America? And Wolverine?
It looks like the green... No. It's like Robin... What the fuck is that person? It's like, he looks like Batman, but look at that. Look at that Batman looking thing. It looks like a rat with wings.
That's the wing rat. Oh, that's Hawkman. No, wait.
What?
I don't know, dude. I don't know these movies.
Yeah, they all look like a flea market version of superheroes. But yeah, the Justice Society is like a thing. So basically, the movie was fun. It was fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you just want to go laugh, and the actors are great. The director is great. The storyline itself is just like, you know.
What do we see? Oh, Smile. Smile is like a very, very basic horror premise done very well. This is like
extremely well.
This is like a very, very basic superhero movie done kind of well.
Yeah.
It's so... Well...
That's just it. We just didn't know what to watch this week, basically.
Yeah. I feel so bad,
next
too.
Next week we're going to have... Why?
Because even the director, he was tweeting out because it did not do very well. Like,
Oh yeah.
and what's his name? He was saying like, yeah, I'm done with superhero movies. I'm gonna go back to horror. Like, I feel bad because
Which I'm excited for.
like it should do well, and he did a good job, but it just it falls in the middle.
I would still say it's better than most of the DC superhero movies.
Yeah, those I didn't like any of them. I don't remember them. I tuned them out. I got so bored. This one was cool.
The only decent one was Wonder Woman. I did like Wonder Woman, but then you had Wonder Woman 84 or whatever the fuck, and that was one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen in my life. One of the worst. What happened?
I don't know if it was my end, but it just stopped. But that'd be a great place to end the episode. It just went.
No.
The only decent one is Wall, and then it just stopped.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, which I believe John Wick 4.
Yeah. We got a bunch of good
John
movies
Wick
coming
4?
out. Yeah, I'm gonna watch John Wick 4.
This might have been an off episode, but I promise you, it's gonna get better.
Good movie season's about to start. You got Mario Bros. Movie. Yeah. You got Evil Dead coming out. You got John Wick 4. That Dungeons and Dragons movie looks pretty interesting.
Well, that's right. It looks kind of fun.
Yeah, I think there's some good movies coming.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout, and then come watch us.
Come watch us. We'll do better next time.
All right. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.
Bye, mijos and mi heads.
Bye, mijos and mi heads.
Bye.